Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by...
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others. Join the fight.
By Tri-County Logging. Experienced in sustainable forestry practices, Tri-County Logging can help you manage your property by keeping your woods healthy and generate income. Serving southern and mid-Michigan for nearly 50 years, TriCountyLogging.com.
Hi everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Silik and we've got an exciting show in store for you this week. I'll take you out on a good old-fashioned rabbit hunt with a great group of people. One of the hunters is a 14-year-old boy who has his very first official hunting license in his pocket. You won't want to miss that excitement. And Jimmy and Jordan have some other adventures in store for us this week too.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have a few more stories on this week's show. We're actually going to kick things off with one of our first ice fishing stories of the year. That is always a ton of fun. And we're going to go to a pheasant preserve on this week's show and kind of introduce some new people to pheasant hunting. It's a lot of fun. You won't want to miss that story as well. Lots of good things on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988, offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By RBM Jigs, a Michigan-based company serving ice fishing anglers around the state and throughout the country. Specializing in ice fishing gear, RBM Jigs manufactures tungsten jigs, soft plastics, and much more. Online at lakeeffectlures.com. By Polarcraft Boats, offering riveted and welded boats for the outdoor enthusiast. Whether you're targeting fish or waterfowl, Polarcraft Boats have several models to choose from that keep you high and dry. For more information, polarcraft.com. By AnglerQuest Pontoons. AnglerQuest is a Michigan-based company building boats designed for comfort and fishing functionality. For more information, anglerquestpontoons.com.
The ice conditions so far this year have been pretty hit or miss, but we were finally able to get out on some safe ice last week with a large group of anglers targeting panfish and pike.
So we're in northern lower central Michigan. It's been real steady weather, so the bite stayed consistent. It hasn't been hammered down, but catching a nice mix of bluegills and crappies. Ice conditions have been horrible, sloppy mess. It's finally locked up a little bit for us. Our big thing was for today was trying to get enough room and place to fit everyone out here. Like I said, the bite stayed pretty consistent, so I think we should have a pretty good day out here. Get this sun up, get some fish active, and see what we can put together.
This is a public water trophy. We got 2.5 incher. So you got one over there too?
Oh, I lost him.
Yeah. It doesn't get much better than that. Nothing starts the morning off like a 2.5 inch gill.
It takes a pretty talented angler to get a hook into
a 3mm jig for sure. Well, it's cold this morning here, and we've got a fairly slow start to the morning. Really, really light bite. Fish are moving a lot, but definitely just kind of sniffing it when they get up there. A couple fish finally committing. So there are a couple guys locking into some better fish, but for the most part, we're catching, 5-inch average, 4.5, 5-inch average. And so hopefully we will get into a little bit bigger fish here.
Dang it. Pulled it right out of his hand. Yeah. They're starting to get active. I just did the same thing.
Nice, beautiful fish.
We are sitting out here in central Michigan. We're targeting bluegills and crappie. We've got some bluegills up here on a little bit shallower shelf and kind of a drop line into a deeper basin. It's 30 out in the basin there, and there's some suspended crappies, some average size crappies being caught right now. And then just some of these gills up on the shelf. Like I said, there's several tip-ups set up along this shelf also. And so our goal here is to catch just a mixed bag of bluegills, crappie, pike, and if we can't get ourselves a couple of really nice sized fish here, we'll be in good shape. This is light tackle that we're starting with for the panfish. Most of us are using 2 to 4 pound test inline reels, super ultralight rods, and just using 3 to 4 millimeter tungsten jigs. And soft plastics, so we'll see what we can get into with that.
As the morning went on, the bite continued to get better and better. Even though we had to move around a little bit, the action was pretty steady.
I think we're doing all right. Starting to pick up. Everyone's catching some fish. We're having to sort through a few, but as the sun came up, they actually started loading in a little bit, getting a little more aggressive. And I think it's only going to get better over the next hour or two here. A few flags going. Haven't got any keeper pike on the ice yet, but hopefully that'll change here in the next hour or two. So happy, good start for sure.
Nice, not too bad at all. Steady action though, can't beat that. It's a good start, just hoping for that big lazy.
That shakes. Yes. Maybe a little more energetic than I expected this size, but that'll eat for sure.
Good time to come over here.
Right, perfect timing. Oh my gosh. There we go.
On the fishing so far this morning?
It's been kind of slow, but we've got good sized fish coming up, so it's definitely a plus. Seems like they're starting to get more active now later in the day. Marking a lot of fish, just having a little bit of trouble getting them to bite.
When the fishing gets tough, these guys continue to drill more holes looking for active fish and are constantly changing up their presentation until they find something that works.
The muddier waters, we're using either a bright color, and sometimes these chromes, the metallics, can add that little bit of a flicker and just get those fish to finally bite on you. So 3 and 4 millimeter sizes here. If the bite's tough, we downsize to that 3 millimeter size. If the bite's a little bit more productive and you've got super active fish, we'll upgrade to that 4 millimeter. It gets you down there a little bit faster too. And so it's just kind of up to the angler, but quite often on a cold morning like this, you'll see a lot of those fish finicky, especially early in the morning, and so they're only going to commit to some, kind of pecking at the bait, and so quite often that 3 millimeter makes a big difference in whether or not they're just going to charge up and then drop back down in the water column, or if they're going to charge up and actually fully commit to that bait.
Bluegills tend to hang to the bottom and chase it up off the bottom, or these crappies are sitting suspended, so you kind of just jig it in the middle of the water column, and then every now and then one will race up and just crush it. So I don't usually fish these species, so it's kind of fun to get into something new. I'm usually walleye fishing, so this is definitely different to what I'm used to. So.
Whenever you're heading out on the ice, it's important to make sure that the ice conditions are safe for fishing. These guys recommend carrying a spud at all times when exploring new ice, and also reaching out to the local bait shop for up-to-date information on the ice conditions.
There's 3 things I look for. I like for sight, first of all, what the ice looks like, okay? Sound, and when I say sound, I mean the way I use my spud, because you can hit your spud through ice and roll through 3 inches of ice, but it doesn't mean it's good ice. We really look for that shatter ice, not thumps, but solid hits. The other thing I'd say is, the word of advice is I've seen people all over this year, if they see someone on the lake, they just figure the lake is safe and head out that way. We are firm believers in spud for every step. A lot of these lakes get a little skim of snow on them, and if you hadn't been there, you can't tell what is frozen, what isn't. And once you get past that area, it's too late if you're not spudding every step. It's always good, you know, the local bait shops are usually really great about this too, giving out information as far as what the ice is holding and what folks are catching. Don't be afraid to ask questions. You know, I know a lot of folks get a lot of guff, you know, not trying to get up their secret spot, but there's a lot of guys out there that will point folks in the right direction, help get them out there and get on some fish, enjoy the outdoors.
If you're planning on hitting the ice anytime soon, make sure to use extra caution when doing so. Special thanks to all of the guys on hand today for letting me tag along on a great day of ice fishing here in mid-Michigan.
In this next story, we're going to head out on a rabbit hunt in the southeast part of the state. We were actually out this past weekend. The conditions were not the greatest, not a lot of snow on the ground, but the guys made the most of it. On Sunday morning here in Columbus Township, there was a special kind of excitement in the air and the smell of biscuits and gravy. Friends and family gathered for a rabbit hunt, and 14-year-old Nathan McClellan had his first official hunting license in his wallet after completing hunter safety. Nathan's mom, Tasha, had cooked up a nice hot breakfast on this frosty 16-degree morning. The hunters gathered in a makeshift outdoor kitchen behind the McClellan's place and warmed up before hitting the woods. We had a couple of father-son teams here this morning and a few longtime friends along for the hunt too. This particular group of guys has made a tradition of rabbit hunting together a few times every winter and had their game plan dialed in. After fueling up, it was time to load the shotguns and grab the dogs. Nathan loaded up his trusty 20 gauge and was raring to go. Nathan, what are you shooting today?
Got a 20 gauge shotgun.
Single shot?
Single shot.
All right. This is your first
break action.
All right. Is this your first time hunting with your full-blown license?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
it
man.
very much is.
14 years old. That's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
Very cool. Bobby, what are you shooting?
I'm shooting my dad's old 12 gauge Humpback Brownie 12. Well, he's 94 years old now, and he decided to hang it up, and he passed it on to me to give me good luck out here today. Yeah. So this in honor of my father.
Oh, I got my son Nathan, my buddy Scott, my buddy Ed, our other buddy Bob, who has his son Bobby, and you guys. We're going rabbit hunting with some beagles. Bobby's got some great beagles, Rambo and Sport, and I'm sure they'll run some rabbits right to us. We don't have to do much work today.
What kind of land are we hunting? What's it going to look like out there?
Well, we got 15 acres. Used to be farmed 20 years ago, so it's gone just wild enough where it's perfect for rabbits right now.
Awesome. And this is your son's first real hunt out here?
Yep. He's had mentored hunt once before, but he's got his real license now, and he's going to be on his own.
Right off the bat, Bobby's dogs were on a hot rabbit trail, and it was off to the races.
I got it.
Bobby got the first rabbit of the day, but was really hoping Nathan had been the one to pull the trigger on this one.
I think that's one of the greatest things we could do as the elderly sportsmen of Michigan. If we could band together and get the younger guys together, it seems to be a dying breed, the hunting now. And kids nowadays, they don't really know what they're really missing. So we should take time up and try to get the youngsters a little bit more interested in what's going on with the hunting side of it.
Every shot that I've had, that I could have had, has been out of range.
Wow, just too far.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're getting up way ahead.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely a lot of rabbits
Oh,
here.
there's definitely a lot. I've seen a lot too. I've seen 3 so far.
It's a good social time and a good bonding time with my sons. My dad did it with me, and I'm passing it on with my kid. And he seems to be enjoying it, the hunt too, so generation to generation.
Young Nathan was working hard at spotting a rabbit to connect with, but this morning's conditions were tough out here.
We've been seeing quite a few, but they've been getting up ahead of us.
Yeah.
I've seen about 6, and I only had a shot on 2 of them. It's the frost in the ground and the snow. It's got like an ice in it, and the rabbits are hearing us coming. And they're getting up ahead of us.
Yeah.
You know, it's making it a pretty hard hunt.
Yeah.
They're running way ahead of the dogs. Yeah. But that's all. It's all in a day's work out here.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Still fun, right?
Yeah, you bet. Nothing like a good rabbit hunt.
Awesome.
Yeah.
These rabbits were definitely moving fast out here today. Well, Scott tried to slow him down for you.
Yeah, he slowed him up on me. The snow, making a sound up, the snow, the cracking on the snow. The
Yeah.
rabbits here is coming, they're getting up and running.
Yeah.
Ahead of us. Yeah.
Nice shot.
You slowed him down. Well, we had covered all of Matt's land where the guys had lots of rabbit sightings, but only 3 for the game bag. Next, we headed down the road to Ed Asamani's place, where the temps warmed up a bit, and so did the shooting. Did you get him?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I don't think I got that on camera. Oh yeah, yeah. Nice shooting. That happened fast. Sweet. Oh, that's a nice big bunny.
Uh-huh.
Good job, Matt. My husband, Matt, was also along on the hunt today and was able to take his first rabbit with his new Henry Lever Action 410.
There we go, finally.
Sweet. Good job. Nice shooting.
Figure I missed enough today. That was the 3rd one I shot at, so it's pretty tough. I'm still trying to use this new gun, but I'm thinking, well, maybe it's not a rabbit gun, but yet, maybe it is.
The guys called it a day out here with 10 rabbits for the dinner table. I always forget just how tough it is to video those fast-moving bunnies, but the reason I forget is because the other memories of the day seem to shine brighter. The howl of the beagles on a fresh track, the beauty of a winter day in the woods, and the laughter and camaraderie of friends and family. Those are the best memories made here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Well, if you have some people in your life that you would like to introduce into hunting and you're looking for a controlled way to kind of do that, I'm telling you what, a pheasant preserve might be the best ticket for you to introduce them to the world of hunting.
We got a lot of birds to go chase around and should be a good time.
And how did we get here today?
We got here through a donated hunt through Base Camp. If you're not heard of Base Camp, it's a ministry based off of a bunch of guys getting together at a barn. And what was that?
Grace Exploration.
Grace Exploration. So we donated a hunt to get a group of guys together because there's no better way to fellowship, in my opinion, than a bunch of guys chasing around a bunch of birds. Or fishing, for that matter.
Nice. And so what's kind of the game plan here if somebody's not familiar with this kind of hunt today?
All right, so we're at a pheasant preserve, so so you can shoot hens. So what we're going to do is we're going to get everybody in a line, and we're going to walk the field spaced out evenly, and the dogs are flushers, so they're pretty excited right now. So we're going to, the birds will, they're not going to point them, they're going to flush the birds, and then hopefully the guys don't miss.
And you kind of grew up in this spot here?
I did, yeah. So I've been around with Tales of Wagon Acres for, I think, probably since the inception of it, a long, long time ago. So this is my second home away from home, and this is what I love to do, and this is what my dogs love to do, as you can see.
Pheasant hunting on a preserve is a ton of fun and helps keep your dogs on more and more birds, which is always a good thing. This kind of hunting is a very good way to get new people to try hunting and gives you a great excuse to spend a morning chasing bird dogs.
There he goes. There we go. Nice shot. Shoot it.
One of us did.
Thank you. Thank you. You can see that bird. Boy, that's got a nice long tail.
Look at the tail. Look at how many bars that thing's got.
It might be a 30. That's a pretty bird. Well, the dogs found that one nice.
Yes, they did. He's sitting pretty tight, too. They're not running very much today, which is nice.
Here goes.
A preserve is also a way to get that dog who may be getting up there in years a chance to hunt for a few hours and relive when they used to do things just at a slightly faster pace.
Come here. Come here.
Come here. Slowest retrieve. So tell me a little bit about, have you guys done this kind of hunting before?
This is our first time doing pheasant hunting in the field.
Really?
So, yeah.
What'd you think?
Pretty fun. It's a good experience and you stay a little bit warmer than you do deer hunting, that's for sure. Yeah, it's exciting. It's new for me and definitely new for him. So
good deal. So you think you'd try it again?
Absolutely. Might even try to get Mom into it in the future. So, and maybe little brother when time comes.
Well, and I think you guys got some shots off today. It knocked a few down.
I might be shooting blanks, but
we'll check that when we get back.
It was fun. So, it is fun, and looking forward to a little bit more. So,
well, thanks for being here today.
Thank you. Appreciate the time.
Have you guys done this kind of hunting before?
No.
Yes, I have.
Okay. What'd you think of it being your first time?
It's fun. It's like sporting clays and ski. So.
Okay. And did you knock a couple down today?
I knocked a few. I shot more than what I hit.
Did you shoot better than Dad?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, thanks for being here, guys. Give me your names and where are you from?
I'm Scott Smith. I'm from Zealand.
And you are?
Dan Hintz from Traverse City.
Okay, and how did you guys end up here today?
So I was part of this is a ministry we're raising money for. It was an auction that we did in August for Grace Explorations in Grand Rapids. So I had the pleasure to be here today, and so my friend Dan here, he actually introduced me to bird hunting last year. So this has become a passion of mine, so just to return the favor.
Oh, nice.
Yes, enjoying it very much.
Well, this is kind of a good way to get new people into this sport, wouldn't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great camaraderie. It's great being out here in God's country, watching the dogs work. Love it.
And did you guys hit every shot you took then today?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think I saw a few get away.
Yeah, I'm hitting the tough ones and missing the easy ones, but it's all fun.
After a quick break, we were back at it. Today we are in the Marion area at Tails of Wagon, a very nice place. And we are very lucky here in Michigan to have some very good pheasant preserves all over the state. So if you're thinking you'd like to give this kind of hunting a chance, I would encourage you to find a place that works for you. And you may want to just brush up on those shooting skills beforehand.
Well, you want to assess our shooting today?
No, I don't.
But we got some first timers.
We got some first timers out here, and the birds are big and strong, so they're flying fast. So it's a good day to be out here, though.
Now, is this a pretty good way to introduce people to hunting, then?
I don't think there's a better way to introduce people to hunting. It teaches safety, education, dog work, and it's just a good way to be around a bunch of people and some good camaraderie.
And are you guys seeing an uptick or downtick with all the COVID stuff?
Oh, it's busier than ever. I mean, with people being able to work from home, it's easy to sneak out in the morning. I think everyone's, the economy's been good. I mean, we've seen an uptick for the last 3 years. It's just been up, up, up. So it's good to have people out here. And, I mean, the more people out here, the better. We can be out here socially distancing like we are and be out here having fun and enjoying the great outdoors.
Pheasant hunting on a preserve is not the same as hunting wild birds, but it is close, offers some great time with friends, puts some very good meat on the table, and gives you a chance to get outside and enjoy the sights and sounds of a day afield. In short, it's a great way to spend a day here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Thanks for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Make sure you stay tuned throughout the winter months here. We've got a lot of exciting things headed your way. Lots of ice fishing stories. We'll also head up and do a trip across the Upper Peninsula and bring you some stories from there as well. If you'd like to see where we are and where we're headed next, you can always check us out online.
Well, that's right, Jenny. Online, always a great way to kind of keep tabs on us. You can do that through our website, our different social media platforms, and if you're ever on YouTube, you can actually subscribe to our channel there. Get an email every time we post something new. Lots of brand new stuff coming over the next several weeks. I just got off the ice a day or two ago from a really cool perch fishing story in northern Michigan, so lots of good stuff happening here in the great state of Michigan. Get out and enjoy it, and if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
By Showspan, producing sports shows such as the Ultimate Fishing Show Detroit at the Suburban Collection Showplace with new dates for 2021, now being held March 25th through 28th. The Ultimate Fishing Show is now in March.
Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man.